Hey guys, it's Bill yet once again with NSPC3. Today we have a bit of a different video here for you. It's a sporting game on the Super NES called NCAA Tournament Basketball. This is card number 40 in the series. Alright, so this game, I have quite a bit to say about this. Got a pretty cool story too. So first of all, much in the trend of a lot of other sporting games on the Super NES, this game takes good use of the Mode 7 graphics, which was one of the key selling points of the system. Other games that took advantage of it are NHL Stanley Cup, which also has a featured challenge later in this series, which we may get to, although I don't think so, but that's another topic for another time. But anyway, other than that, as I said, I have a pretty cool story with this one. Around the time of the Super Power Club, when it was still active in Nintendo Power, they were running a monthly contest where if you were able to collect the right set of 3 or 4 cards, I believe, and you sent them into Nintendo and they got postmarked by a certain date, they would give you a specified free game just for having all of those trading cards that were collected. And needless to say, cool thing happened here. On the day of the deadline, I collected all 3 trading cards that they were looking for. I submitted them, and the game that I got as a prize was NCAA Tournament Basketball. So as a result of that, I became a fan of this game unknowingly. It's actually really cool, but enough babbling, enough being sentimental. Let's go ahead and turn this over, and let's see what we got for challenges. Alright, so here we go on the pro level challenge. They're trying to make this pretty challenging here, to say the least. They want us to win a game without subbing in any players and only throwing 3-point shots. So if you're any kind of a basketball pro in real life, this would obviously be next to impossible, but thankfully this is a video game and it is possible. Honestly, not subbing players is not a big deal. Nobody really gets tired in an exhibition match. But what makes it tough is that when you're on defense, you're going to be constantly trying to foul the other team to get the ball back in an attempt to steal it, and you could very potentially rack up a bunch of fouls here, which means you're going to lose a lot of your starting players. So that's one problem. The other one is having to shoot 3-point shots, and as you know, shooting a 3-point shot is considerably more difficult than shooting a 2-point shot. So I'd go out on a limb and say that this is probably a pro level challenge and definitely worthy of it. You're going to see that when I actually do this challenge, there's a couple strategies that I will be employing here, and we'll talk more about that once we get into the video. And enough about that, here we go. Right, let's talk some NCAA basketball strategy here. Alright, so for this particular challenge, it doesn't say that you have to choose a particular team or set a time limit or a difficulty setting. So typically whenever I play this game, I usually go with the Arkansas Razorbacks, not because I'm a fan of them, but because they are one of the best teams in this game. So obviously you want to set yourself up for success, so I picked one of the best teams. Difficulty, this is a no-brainer. Go ahead and set it to easy. And half length, go ahead and set it to the smallest length possible, which in this case is 6 minutes. You'll notice how this is actual time, not game time, so it's 6 minutes of real play. And the reason I set it low is because you don't want to have a whole lot of gameplay. You want to hope to get the lead early and then run that clock out. So that's a key strategy I'm going to be employing here throughout this game. You're going to see early on the computer does take a 2-0 lead, but that's okay. Still plenty of time to play here. Basically, I'm going to try to get the lead here. And then once I do, I'm going to get that ball back and run the clock out as much as I possibly can. So you're going to see it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game, and at times this will be kind of boring to watch, so I apologize for that in advance. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do to win the game, right? All right, we just drained a 3-pointer from downtown. We're up 3-2, and as I said, we're going to try to get this ball back, which we've just done, and now we're going to play pretty boring defensive snail ball here, and we're going to run that shot clock out as much as we possibly can, run the shot clock and the game clock down until we absolutely have to take a shot. And if the basket goes in, great. If it doesn't, get the rebound and keep running the clock out. All right, so we got lucky there, nailing a 3-pointer with only a few seconds left on the shot clock. So that puts us up 6-2. Now we got to hope we can play some good defense and not commit too many fouls. Thankfully, there's not a lot of time on the game clock, so that doesn't give you a whole lot of time to commit bunches of fouls. Computer makes a bucket that puts us up 6-4, so they trim the lead. Still not too concerned, but here you go. See, once again, we're going to drain that clock down, and it's going to be much more the same throughout the entirety of this game. So I will chime back in once we get to a crucial point in the match, but for now, sit back, relax, and watch a game. All right, so we missed that basket, but we get the rebound. Gives us another chance to run the clock down and put you guys to sleep out there in YouTube land. So once again, I sincerely apologize for this, but it's the nature of the beast. It's what you got to do to win, right? All right, one thing I do want to point out, if and when you have to take those shots, it's important to try to make the shots uncontested. You know, try to make them when you don't have a player's hand in your face, because you run the risk of having that shot be rejected, blocked, or stolen. So when I do make these shots, more often than not, they will be wide open shots, giving me a better chance to make those baskets.
Steal. Rejected. Steal. Steal. Foul by guard.
All right, that's going to put us at the end of the first half. We are currently up 6-4 heading into the latter half of this game. Pretty tightly contested game right now. But again, you have to expect that when you're confined to only shooting threes and the opponent can do whatever the heck they want. So we're going to see if we can actually blow this game open in the second half, or if it's going to stay tightly contested all the way through to the end. Also, something else I'll point out really quick. You may not have noticed this, but in the substitution screen at the half, it said that all the players were fresh on both sides of the ball. And normally, when you play in exhibition bouts, that's always the case. But if you were playing in regular season or the playoffs, that would not be the case, and you'd be seeing players with different physical statuses, such as good, excellent, poor, weak, tired, etc., etc. So again, as I said at the start of this video, it doesn't specifically tell you that you have to play a regular season game. You're welcome to do exhibition. So, don't make the challenge harder for yourself than it really is. All right, I'm done blabbing. Let's get back to the video here.
Steal.
Well, after 2 more minutes of snoozing, it looks like BC puts up another bucket here, so they've tied this game at 6-6. Still very, very tight here. Let's see if we can pull away with a 3, and nope. But we do get the rebound, and we're gonna try to go in the offense here because we are not ahead, so we need to try to get the lead here. There's no sense in trying to run the timeout when you're leading because you're going to go straight to overtime. All right, another rebound. Let's get back behind that line, shoot it again, and nope, that's okay. Just keep getting those rebounds. That's all you got to worry about. Take another shot. Missed again. Okay, now we got to play some real hard, solid defense here. We run the risk of falling behind, and we do not want that under any circumstances, regardless of challenge. And let's see if we can do this. All right, so we are going to have to commit a couple fouls here. That's okay as long as the players don't foul out. You want to keep your best players in, obviously. All right, so we're still doing okay. Game is tied. They just got to steal. It's going to get pretty tight here, pretty dangerous. All right, that's okay. We're going to have to commit quite a few fouls here, as I said.
Rejected.
All right, we did reject and block that one, so we're going to go back on the offense. Let's see if we can get this one. Okay, we are clear. All right, all of a sudden the game gets interesting now, eh? All right. The good news is BC has not pulled ahead. We're still tied. We still got to work hard to get that lead back here. Boom, there we go. All right, we're back up 9-6. Now let's see if we can keep that lead.
Foul by point guard. Steal. Foul by power forward. Steal. Steal. Steal.
Boom! And that, my friends, is most likely the dagger with 23 seconds left to go. We're up 4. It's a 2-possession game. And now it's definitely over. That's a 3-possession game. Time tick, 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 tick. All we got to do is wait for the clock to hit 0, and this is another pro challenge in the books. Not too tough. It was a little hairy in the beginning there, but we managed to squeak this one out with a final score. Oh, and they get a 3 at the end, but it doesn't matter. Final score 15-11. Doesn't matter. We won that game. We won that pro challenge.